Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, if you listened to the last episode, then you already know what I'm going to talk about in this episode. But, anyways, being a person of color, being a content creator of color. Now, that's what this episode is going to be titled. Because, there's we face our struggles. And it's something where a lot of people like to downplay it. I even feel like when I post this podcast episode, people are going to try to downplay it all like, oh, you're just overthinking the situation. You're just, fam, for 15 years, not even, actually, no, I take that back. Because for the first 5 years, like, people didn't even really know who I was as a content creator and stuff. So I was just posting random videos. It was more so a personal channel than like a business channel, like kind of like how it is now and stuff. But or just like a full blown content creating channel and things. But anyways, the day I felt like I decided to become a content creator, that was the same day where I pretty much walked into a new territory on the internet. Because before just, having a YouTube channel as a personal channel, nobody's not really watching your videos unless you post some. And there was at times where I would post like random videos and they would go viral. And I just think, people, they seen you for the first time. They're like, oh, okay, whatever. It's a kid in high school posting random videos and things. So anyways, but as I got older and my, just I guess like who I overall am, like I became a little bit more open to content creating. Is because 2015 I had to say, like, I went crazy with it. I was recording videos all the time. Like, there was at times I was recording at least on for my gaming channel like 10 to 15 videos and stuff. So I was going crazy when it came down to posting videos. And nobody didn't really know because I wasn't like really posting my face and stuff, unless like if you check I think it was my first two videos. If you had seen them first two videos, then you'd seen that, I'm a person of color. But other than that, it was like, there was just, it was when I started doing reaction videos. Now that's when I would have to say that I really got a introduction to, how bad racism is on the internet. And you would think that YouTube would be a little bit more strict about that. Like, they can detect if a person is trying to say something racist to you, but they're changing up some letters and things or whatever. Like, the thing is this: YouTube may say that they care, they don't care. That's something where I'm like, fam, I have literally had whole communities coming after me, my race, bruh. And YouTube, they don't do nothing about that type of stuff. Like, I guess if it's a popular YouTuber, then okay. But if it's a small YouTuber going up against another small YouTuber, YouTube, they're not going to trip about that. So that's who I'm more so doing this podcast episode for, is that small content creator that, you just now getting into the scenes and you're worried about what people are going to say about you, whether you getting into TikTok, whether you're getting into Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Kick. I'm trying to think of some other platforms out there. Yeah, whatever platform that is out there that you want to get involved in. My thing is this, and even if you're, white, Hispanic, Black, Asian, I'm trying to think, what else, Native American, it don't matter what your skin color is, people are going to say something racist about you, and that's the one crazy thing about, like, how the internet works. And it's like, fam, I ain't did nothing to y'all. So like and I have to say, like, the first time where I really did experience racism, where I was like, and it was like confusing racism at that, because it was another black person, and I'm like, fam, I know a lot of people will argue that a black person can't be racist to another black person. If you've seen that TV show, The Boondocks, case closed. That's all I'm gonna say about that. All right, just you watch an episode of the Boondocks, and you make sure you pay very, very close attention to a character down there named Uncle Ruckus. And the thing is this: the funny thing is that even though that's like some fictional TV show where it's like all the situations in there, it ain't even like real. Like, it might be inspired by stuff, but it's like some of it might be, real. But for the most part, everything in there was pretty fictional and things. There have been people that I have seen carry on like Uncle Ruckus. I have called people on the internet Uncle Ruckus because they remind me of him. Well, there was one particular person that did kind of look like Uncle. He looked like a younger version. Like if Uncle Ruckus was an actual, like if you asked like one of them like AI art generators to make a actual real life version of Uncle Ruckus, yeah, there was a content creator that I used to have some run-ins with where he did kind of look like him and things. But anyways, this other content creator, he was like a muscle bound Uncle Ruckus, and it was crazy. It was even like, it was, no, I had to say, like, if Uncle Ruckus was a villain, Uncle Ruckus was already kind of considered a bad person in that TV show. But no, this guy, this YouTuber in particular, he was a villainous. Uncle Ruckus was funny. This guy was like a villainous, like, what do you got going on? Who upset you? But anyways, yeah, if you guys remember me talking about the one guy, Minnesota boy, and I know people are like, wait a minute, but Uncle Ruckus, he liked white people. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that was that Uncle Ruckus. This guy, Minnesota boy, he was like an evil, Uncle Ruckus. I don't really know how to describe this guy. I'm like, yeah, he was just an evil person. You know, he had some stuff going on, and it was funny because he tried to come back to YouTube, Minnesota boy. He tried to come back to YouTube and clear it all up, but I'm like, fam, there ain't no clearing that up. You know, the thing is this. So he started off being racist to white people, and then when I started calling him out on his behavior, then he would start being racist to me, and I'm like, I don't get how that works, because I'm like, fam, you're literally saying things that's offensive to you. Like, hi, yeah, his thought process, it was kind of weird. It was kind of off, but yeah, I was like, I would have to say that was like the first time that I had dealt with like constant racism on the internet, and it was by another black person. So that's the like weird part about it. And I'm like, man, you know, like people, because I know a lot of people like to say that black people can't be racist, but I'm like, y'all ain't never seen Minnesota boy. I was like, that man was racist to everybody, you know. So yeah, that was one of those things, like having it where he's starting up live streams about me. This was a grown man, by the way. This guy is older than me. This is a grown man, by the way. When I tell you guys, like, I'm telling you, I'm one of those people where I don't look at myself as a villain, but a lot of people, I think, will paint me out as a villain, because I have gotten underneath so many people's skin, and I'm like, fam, I don't know what I'm doing. That's the crazy thing about it, you know. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I guess I just got away with words or something. I don't know. But anyways, but yeah, this guy was having like whole live streams about me in the middle of the night. No, like, oh yeah, go. And this is like how he would be talking to his fans. He'll like talking about me and stuff. So he's all like, oh, this coon, this porch monkey, he's over here making these videos going against what I'm saying. Oh, he's a sellout. He's this, he's that. He ain't trying to hate the white man with me and stuff. And I'm like, fam, because I don't hate no white man. I'm like, yeah, there's some questionable white men out there, but I'm like, I just ain't got hate in my heart to just be out here just going around hating on people, you know, especially not because, and I think that was the origins of it, was because he got into it with some like, it's probably some like middle schoolers or some high schoolers being racist to him on Call of Duty or something. I'm like, fam, that's Call of Duty. You know, it's like, it's one thing if you're being racist, the people that's being racist to you, I that's one of those things where I'm like, hey, that's just how that person is responding to it. You know, are they racist to everybody? Nah, they just racist to those that are racist to them. I wouldn't see an issue with that, although it's like, yeah, you know, you're fighting fire with fire. That's not a smart way of going about it and things. I guess, like, you know, just overall the way I would go about it, I'm like, how I've handled racism. There's been times where people have been racist or have said something to me where I'm like, I'm supposed to take offense to this. Oh, okay, cool. Nah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to roast this person. Fam, I have roasted kids. I have roasted adults. I'm like, these roasting sessions is rated E for everybody. I don't care who you are. I'm going to roast you. And I had to say, like, that's one way I feel like how I've survived so long as a content creator. And I, like, you know, just overall a person of color, is that, yeah, it's like, I'm not afraid to, you know, talk back. I'm not just going to let people walk all over me and just say whatever they want to say about me. I'm going to talk back. I'm going to say how I feel. So if you have an issue with that, then I would recommend that you don't start nothing with me, and then we could go our separate ways. Like, if you got an issue with my videos or just me as a content creator, the color of my skin, I'm like, fam, that's on you. That ain't got nothing to do with me. But yeah, you know, you got people out there where it's like their whole day is ruined now because, oh, you're this black content creator that exists in my presence. I have to see your videos. You don't have to see my videos. I don't have to exist in your presence. You can literally go watch whatever your race is. Watch a YouTuber of that race, or watch a race that you do like. But I'm like, fam, the thing is this, I'm not going to change. I'm not going to alter my skin so I guess your entertainment can be, your entertainment bone can be satisfied. I'm always going to be who I am, and I'm going to be proud of it. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's like, just with that whole Minnesota boys situation, I was like, fam, you're a weird one. I'm like, that's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, I had got him caught up with his racism. I knew he was just only doing it for views and just doing it for attention, because there were videos that came out of him where it didn't look like it was that far apart. Then again, I don't know, like, it's one of those things where I'm like, the video could have been recorded but it didn't look like it was recorded some time ago. It looked like it could have been recorded within that same year. But yeah, it was videos of him literally being around white people. So I'm like, okay, fam, if you got all this hatred in your heart towards white people, prove me wrong, because I don't believe it. I think you just doing this for views, all right? Because you titled the first video that he did where he was like declaring his hatred towards white people was, he did a video titled "Dear White People, Why I Hate White People." And so before that, this girl named Nicole Arbor had did this video called "Dear Fat People." And then after that, it was just this whole trend of people like, oh, dear fat people, dear black people, dear small people, dear tall people, dear gaming people, dear, a certain group of people. And then yeah, his video followed afterwards where he was just overall just being racist towards white people. And you can actually still watch that video if you go to my most viewed videos. Then yeah, that it's one of the first few videos that pop up. You can't find the original video without, because I think that video, it did get taken down and stuff, obviously, for obvious reasons and stuff. But yeah, overall though, but yeah, it's just crazy to me where it was like he was being racist to me, and I'm like, what? I don't get that. But all right, so yeah, I'll have to say that was my first time really dealing with racism from a black person, but then dealing with racism from a white person, because I've had to say I've dealt with a lot of form of racism, outside of the internet and on the internet, and I had to say the first time that I really dealt with some form of racism, I had to say, like, it's moments like this where it just, you look at racism on the internet where, and I'm not saying like, you have to experience like face-to-face racism in order to, I guess, get a tough bone. Like, you could develop that tough bone day one of becoming a content creator and stuff. You just got to remember that these guys, like, this is literally the only thing that's running through their mind right now is racism. I'm gonna get to that in a moment, but I want to tell you guys a story about the first time where I dealt with racism face to face and stuff. Well, it wasn't really face to face. It was an old lady just yelling at me from her house and things. And there's a million different ways I could have handled that situation, but it ended off with me mooning her. Overall pulling down my my pants and showing her my backside. And because now she was taking pictures of me, so I'm like, all right, if you're gonna take pictures, I'm like, I might as well give you a picture worth looking at. It's gonna be kind of weird since I'm 11, but not right now, but at the time, like this was some year. I'm like, if my voice is this deep at the age of 11, I'm like, nah, y'all need to question what I'm digesting, because I'm like, nah, that's not right for my voice to sound like this at 11. I don't think no 11-year-old should sound like me right now. But anyways, yeah, they must be smoking some Newports or something, because I'm like, that's kind of odd. I'm like, an 11-year-old shouldn't sound like me right now. But anyways, jokes aside, yeah, that was the first time I dealt with racism right in my own neighborhood. And I was like, man, I found that weird. I found it odd. And I'm like, the crazy thing is like, nobody was even bothering her. It was like, yeah, I guess like two of my friends, they were friends at the time. But anyways, they were being loud, but I'm like, they were all the way across the street. They wasn't even bothering her. So yeah, it was weird. But anyways, I was like, but that's how that went. But no, so but yeah, dealing with racism from a white person on the internet. So I think a lot of people overall know the name, because I've been talking about him a lot recently. But anyways, it's this guy named Just a Robot. And for those that don't really know him, so here's the thing. He hasn't came out and said that he's a racist, because who's going to do that? It's one of those things where it's like, you don't need to say that you're a racist. It's just that the actions that you decide to make as a content creator, that shows me that you're a racist. I mean, one of the first few videos that he uploaded on the internet was him defending the Confederate flag. And I'm thinking to myself, fam, what? And what was crazy, so there's this video that I just recently reacted to of his, where I think that's how he said that, or how he worded it, was that like, I mean, well, I don't know. I guess he's racist to 12-year-olds. Like, so I don't know. Like, I don't remember word for word what he said, but he did say something along the lines. I think he was all like, Nazis are worse than, or no, 12-year-olds are worse than Nazis. And I'm thinking to myself, fam, Nazis was literally kidnapping Jewish people and killing them. You can't compare a kid to a Nazi. Yeah, he's one of those content creators where I'm like, yeah, it definitely showcase your, your educate, you showcase your education level. And that's why I'm like, I just don't think that it's a fair game to argue with somebody where it's like, you might be suffering from something mentally. I'm like, you out here making comments like, oh yeah, he would make some old crazy comments that just the robot guy. I'm like, if you guys look his name up, you're bound to see some stuff of his where it's like, man, how did he manage to survive for so long? Like, that's not normal. Like, I don't know. And that's what I mean by YouTube not caring. I'm like, this guy was on YouTube for years, bruh. For years, like, promoting his racism. And then what was crazy was that, so the racism then trickled down to his fans. Because originally it was with him just going after black people that do reaction videos. And then it trickled down to his fans, where his fans were just being super racist and stuff. And so, yeah, they were leaving comments underneath my videos, calling me the N-word. I'm trying to think what else were they doing. Calling me other racist, derogatory names, saying, and that's why I had mentioned in the last episode where they said that I deserve noose, or I deserve to be hanged. But yeah, and then I remember that same account, they were like that. I think it was like a comment. It was either before or after them calling me the N-word. And then I think it was that same person I would talk about, the racist Twitter stalker. Even he made some racist comments, for those that remember me talking about them. But if not, yeah, there's this Twitter stalker that I was dealing with that he made some racist comments. And one that I do remember where he goes on to say that he didn't care about Breonna Taylor's situation. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I guess, yeah, that's just something to not care about. A woman gets wrongfully killed in her home. Yeah, that's normal. That's normal behavior right there. And yeah, that's why I was like, that guy, he was definitely a questionable person. I was like, yeah, that's somebody where, I know people. And the crazy thing is, all these people that I've had like racist moments with, like there is actually somebody that I just recently became friends with through Just the Robots community. Well, I don't think it's through Just the Robots community, but I think it was just people. This individual knew of people within Just the Robots community. But anyways, they were telling me how Joshua, and for the longest I didn't know what Joshua had said and for those that know of that name and stuff, he was Just the Robot's editor. But anyways, for the longest I didn't know what Joshua had said or did. But a lot of people were telling me, one person had said it in the video where he had said something like super disrespectful towards me, and everybody had got on him about it. And I'm like, man, it's something where it really proves my case with these guys, where I'm like, I literally have evidence towards y'all that there is some line of racism going on and stuff. But no, I guess I think he either photoshopped my face on a monkey or something like that. And I can't remember what they overall had said. He said something along the lines with it, but no, they told me that, and I'm like, wow, all right. I mean, I can't be mad. I've seen worse, but all right, I guess. But anyways, yeah, that's the, even with that, and then it's like, the thing is this, I could do a part 2 to this episode, because I'm trying to remember all the different racist moments that I've dealt with Just the Robot's fan base. Overall, I'm going to end it off on this. Just the Robot and his fan base, they are super, super racist, all right? And I have to say, like, I dealt with these guys for years. I mean, having it where I'm getting racist comment after racist comment after racist comment. The crazy thing is that I can say that I'm not dealing with them. Well, nah, I can't say I'm not dealing with them anymore. I just got a comment from one of his fans today, and I'm like, and they were subscribed to me for a while. I'm thinking to myself, why are you subscribed to me? You don't even like me. Like, what's the reason? That's just weird, bruh. But anyways, but no, yeah, overall, I'm thinking to myself, fam, I've dealt with so much racism throughout my time as a content creator. I look at it now and I'm like, it's something where you can't stop racism on the internet. And but I feel like that there should be tools. Like I'm saying, you got technology being developed every single day in a way where it's like it there. I feel like a tool can be developed to stop racism on the internet. Or at least have it where it's like there could be a tool where it can stop racism on a person's platform. But yeah, a lot of the times where, I mean, I think Twitch, they kind of got like a tool like that. You leave something racist in the person's, well, then, I take that back. No, it's like if a person got a racist mindset, they'll find different ways. Because I've dealt with racism on Twitch. I'm trying to think. If I dealt with racism on TikTok, felt like I've dealt with it on TikTok. Positive, well, not positive. I'm probably might have dealt with racism on Instagram. For sure dealt with racism on YouTube. I'm trying to think of some other areas where I've dealt with racism. Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm trying to think. I don't think like Twitter I've dealt with racism. Facebook, I don't think, because I'm trying to think. I guess, well, I don't think I've dealt with racism on Facebook. No, it's like, because I that's mainly like a friend area. There are some friends that were questionable, but overall, I'm like, yeah, there's, as far as me dealing with racism, I'm like, yeah, it was, I mainly, at the time when I was a very, very active Facebook user, it was mainly friends that I was talking to. So I was like, and this was like in the time when I was in school and stuff. So I'm like, if a friend had said something racist to me, I'm like, fam, you realize we got third period together, right? Like, I'm like, you know what? Nah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Keep that same energy. I'll see you tomorrow. So yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I just, but not Facebook. Anywhere else, but not Facebook, But yeah, man, it's one of those things where, racism, it's just, it gets to a point where it's like, bro, how does somebody, I guess, like, just, have it in them to be racist? Like, what possessed you to be racist? And if you've had, my thing is this, talking to a racist person, if you've had bad interactions with somebody within a race, that doesn't mean that everybody in that race now has to deal with your wrath of whatever had happened to you. And yeah, the thing is this, whatever happened to you, it could be some just outright down, straight up traumatizing stuff. That ain't got nothing to do with me. So let's say, for an example, you then dealt with something so traumatizing from a black person that now you feel like you gotta hate every single black person in this world. I ain't did nothing to you. So I'm just pleading my case right now. Whatever you dealt with, you gotta handle it on your own well-being. But handling it where it's like, oh, I gotta be racist to all these different people of color, no, that ain't normal at all. And I know people would try to argue with it and whatever. I'm like, fam, no, there ain't no arguing with that. So yeah, it's one of those things where, people gotta understand that it's like, being racist, you don't accomplish nothing with being racist. Will a racist person understand that? Probably not, because their mind is so caught up with being racist. That's all that they know. The thing is this, they can't be nothing else besides racist. And that this is literally going to be the pinnacle of their life. That's it. Them being a racist. Not them accomplishing any things, not them achieving goals, and all that. It's like, no, it's just, they just going to be known as a racist. Yeah, they might get a good paying job. Yeah, they might, win a scratch ticket and things. I'm trying to think of some other things. Yeah, they might have like small little goals here and there and stuff. But the thing is this, as soon as you get that spotlight on you and that racism is uncovered, the funny thing is that, and that's one thing that I'm never going to, because I feel like I'm not saying like I've been a racist and knew how to get out of being a racist, but you had opportunities to get out of being racist. And if you're looking, I guess, at this podcast episode, I feel like a racist person would be listening to this podcast episode trying to figure out, like, how can I not be racist anymore? That's up to you to figure out. But I'm not going to give you the answers on that. That's up to you to figure out. And if you don't know how to figure out to not be racist, it's literally the easiest thing. I'm not going to give you that answer because I feel like you as an adult or however your age is, that's something that you should just already know by default. Don't be racist. But you got people out there that they're all like, oh, for whatever reason, for the fun and laughs and giggles, I'm going to be racist. Or for whatever traumatizing thing they've dealt with, I'm going to be racist. And I'm like, all right, well, you know what? If you find yourself in a situation where life is getting hard on you because of your racism, don't say this podcast episode didn't warn you. So, but yeah, talking to a person of color, that's the thing. You're going to achieve great things. And that's something that you're never ever gonna have to worry about. So yeah, if you're not a racist, you're never ever gonna have to worry about people slapping that title on you. And people, the funny thing is, and I know people are gonna probably ask, like, have I ever been called a racist? Yes. I just recently got called a racist because I cracked a joke about how white people react to dangerous looking dogs and compared to how black people react to dangerous looking dogs. And somebody, they was all like, what? No, let me see what this person has said in my comment sections. YouTube had marked it as spam because they knew it was silly. They was all like, even we find this silly. But anyways, no, let's see where this comment was at. So yeah, the guy, so he leaves 2 comments. He goes on to say, so the first comment, he goes on to say, this is actually pretty racist, and these situations are entirely different from each other. The dog lunged at the lady and growled. The other dog with the man did not growl and was extremely friendly. This is, in fact, pretty racist and very daunting. It shows how minuscule your perspective is and how small-minded you are. This was all from a meme, by the way. I was just cracking a joke, but anyways, he goes on to say, the fact that you even see race and call them black people is uncouth and disgusting. We are all the same. We are all human. You could at least use African American terminology instead of saying, oh, this black person, because that's how the world works. That's not how the world works anymore. Yeah, I don't think and it's funny because my profile picture on YouTube, it shows it's an AI version of my face. But it's not like my face is like my skin color is altered. I think it's clear as day when you click on any of my videos that shows my face. And I've recorded videos with proper lighting, without proper lighting, at night, during the day, sunset, sunrise. I'm trying to think, dawn, gloomy outside, snowing outside. I've recorded my face in multiple different angles. I have recorded my whole body at times. It is clear as day that I am a black person. So I don't know. But anyways, then the next comment, they say, you are seriously racist, dude. Can you not see the difference between the two situations? How friendly the first dog is and how crazy the other dog is. This is extremely racist and a very rude video. I am disgusted by your perspective and how rude you are. And who is this person? Hold on for a second. And it's a white person telling me about, I guess, how to, here's the thing. I guess just talking to that person real quick. It's one thing if I am actually saying racist stuff. I am literally cracking a joke about 2 dogs and how they reacted to a white person and how they reacted to a black person. If anybody's being racist, it's the dogs. I'm like, fam, I'm saying, but I guess to whoever, no, hold on for a second, because I said white. Let me politically correct myself. To this Caucasian person, all right, I am sorry for referring to my race as black people. I need to do better. I might as well have called them the N-words. I might as well have called them coons. I might as well have called them, but I called them literally the worst name that you can possibly call an African American, a black person. I apologize to my local and worldwide African Americans out there. I need to do better and not refer to y'all as black people. I need to start referring to you guys as y'all full government name, race, and things. But anyways, yeah, I had to say, if there's ever a time where a person's gonna call me racist, it's gonna probably be because of some stuff like that. But on some like real life racism, nah, ain't got it in me. Maybe for a movie or a TV show, like, yeah, if they plan on renewing the Boondocks and they need a younger version of Uncle Ruckus, hey, look, I'm getting paid, bruh. So yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, but as far as on some like real life racism, nah, not me. Not who I am. I ain't got that in me to be racist, because I know I'm not gonna get anywhere with it and stuff. So yeah, it's all like, what reason do I have to have that mindset? But anyway, whoever this individual is on YouTube, they seem to think that I'm a racist. I'm like, man, this is crazy. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.